I remember when I was doing the USRN journey in 2019, there was retrogression. I was retrogressed for like 3 months. I had been case complete in May, and I was so excited. In 6 weeks, I was going to get my visa interview date or my interview letter and get a date. But unfortunately, that was not my plan. I was stressed. I was anxious. I asked myself so many questions because those who know, my USRN journey was filled with ups and downs. And it is something that at times I say, I don't know how I made it, but thank God I'm here today and I don't regret that decision. I'm going to be petitioned for EB3 Visa, which is Employment-Based Category 3 Visa. The Employment-Based Visa, which has close to 6 categories, is allocated 140,000 visas. Today, I want us to talk about a very interesting topic. We are going to talk about retrogression. So we're going to talk about what is retrogression, why retrogression happens, and how can you survive if you are in retrogression. If you're new here, my name is Mariontina. Do welcome you, and I ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. In this channel, we talk about USRN journey for international or foreign educated nurses, and we will be soon starting to talk about health and fitness, which is workouts, because I passionately enjoy that. And as a nurse, you also need to take care of yourself. Your physical and your mental health is very important because nursing is draining. So let's get started. Every time people knock in my door and ask me, well, now we have retrogression, what next? In 2019, there was retrogression. I was retrogressed for like 3 months. I had been case complete in May, and I was so excited. In 6 weeks, I was going to get my visa interview date or my interview letter and get a date. But unfortunately, that was not my plan. I was stressed. I was anxious. I asked myself so many questions because those who know, my USRN journey was filled with ups and downs. And it is something that at times I say, I don't know how I made it, but thank God I'm here today and I don't regret that decision. The reason why I'm giving you my backstory is because I can relate what retrogression can do to somebody's mental health because you've invested in this. And as I tell people, look at this as an investment. Do you stop living your life because you took your money and buy a piece of land? No, you continue with your life. So look at this as an investment. I want you to understand that each fiscal year, the State Department visa is allocated to every category. What I want you to understand is that the State Department allocates visa numbers to each category. And as an international nurse in the USRN journey, you are going to be petitioned for EB3 Visa, which is Employment-Based Category 3 Visa. The Employment-Based Visa, which has close to 6 categories, is allocated 140,000 visas. These 140,000 visas are distributed to these 6 categories. And EB3, which is for skilled workers, non-skilled, and bachelor holders, is given 40,400 visa for each fiscal year. And when I say fiscal year, I mean October 1st to September 30th. So between October 1st to September 30th, the USIS is mandated to only allocate 40,400 visas for EB3 category. They can't go past that. They can't even issue 40,401. It is 40,400. Until then, I hope you understand. And when we are doing the application or when your petitioner is petitioning, there's something called a priority date, which the USIS use to process visas. Priority date is the date that they received your application, and it's on a first come, first served basis. So if my priority date is January 1st, 2023, and X priority date is January 1st of 2022, they were first in line. That means the USIS is going to process their data first before they process mine. So why does retrogression happen? I think you figured that out already because it's so clear. In layman's term, or in my understanding, I'm not an immigration lawyer, and that's why this is based on my research and based on what I've read and my personal experience back in 2019, is when the supply, remember, the State Department has given USIS how many visas? 40,400 for them to give. Then the demand is higher. Probably 70,000 people have applied. So the demand is higher than the supply. What does the USRN does? It slows the process. So that is what retrogression is. They're trying to slow this process so that they don't exceed to process petitions more than visas they can issue, or they don't process more visas that they can issue. They can only issue 40,400 because if they exceed it, it's illegal. It is the law. They are going against the law and they'll be held accountable. Who wanna go to jail? Nobody. So everybody is just doing their job. So USIS has so many applications. What they do, they slow the process so that they remain under these capped numbers. So those numbers are 40,400. Retrogression as of the last visa bulletin, which was May's bulletin, it was 1st June of 2022. What does this mean? This means any case that was received after 1st June of 2022 won't be processed. As at now, it will be processed, but it's not a priority. The priority, or what they're working on, is any visa filed between June 1st, 2022 backwards. Anything filed after that is not being processed. So anybody who has a priority date of June 1st of 2022 backwards is not affected by this retrogression. Anybody who has a date that is June 1st, let's say June 2nd and forward, is affected. Your case, they're somewhere in the storage room. I don't know. Just on a light note, I don't know where they are. So your cases are not being processed as at now. So what does this mean for USRN that is in this journey? One that you have to understand is you don't have any control over the immigration process or the USCIS, nor does your petitioner, who is your employer or your agency, has. The way you are anxious, the way you feel frustrated is the same way these other agencies feel frustrated. They feel frustrated because they also want this. They're in business. Bringing you here is money to them. So they're also frustrated. So don't go questioning and asking them why and this, why and that, because at the end of the day, they don't have control. So how do you survive retrogression? One, information is power. Just go online and read more about it, watch more about it. But despite that, as somebody who has gone through retrogression, one thing I'll say is patience, because the fiscal year ends on September 30th. That means in the mid-September, they will be issuing a visa bulletin of October. They'll definitely have new numbers, 40,400. The reason why I'm saying this, because according to what I've read, the experts are saying, or what I've watched, they're saying that they don't see any movement. They're not seeing any movement of this visa happening. That means it won't move until the next fiscal year, when the USIS will be mandated again to issue another 40,400 visas. So yes, there's nothing we can do as at now. The only thing is we keep on watching this visa bulletin and see if there's any movement, because the visa bulletin is just to make sure to see, how are they doing their work? Do they have visas? And if they not, blah, blah, blah. So one is patience. Just exercise patience. There's nothing you can do about it. Continue doing you. Continue with your life. Don't put your life on hold, my sweethearts. That is one thing I'm going to tell you. If you like going to the gym like me, go to the gym. Go to work. As I say, this is an investment, a long-run investment. For those that are watching this video for the first time and they want to start the USRN journey, don't put it on hold because of retrogression. Remember, every year the State Department is going to give USIA 40,400 visas for EB3 category. So yes, go ahead and apply. Go ahead and give it a thought. Go ahead and start the process. Don't wait. For those preparing for NCLEX, this is not the time to slow down. This is the time to really put your work in so that you can pass and you'll be petitioned and get a priority date. Because you just never know. 10 years from now, we might be retrogressed like these other countries. So like India. India is really facing a retrogression because everybody wants to come here from India. And they've just exceeded that demand for this visa category is high. So let's just take advantage of this. Let's read that 10 clicks and pass. The last thing, don't be duped. Don't be running from one agency to the next. Retrogression affects all agencies across board, whether they're the fastest agency or the slowest agency. It affects all of them. It affects everybody. So don't be duped with people coming to tell you they can maneuver through the immigration. No, they cannot. The USIS website is the best place to get information and to be current and to be updated. I don't see the reason why you should just stop your life and be duped for some 3 or 4 months. We have how many months to the end of fiscal year? We are in May already. So we have May, June, July, August, September. We have 5 months and we have good news. And who says something cannot happen in between here? Probably they might process less cases and open more dates. We just don't know. That's why I'm saying don't run from one agency to the next. One agency to the next. No. This is the time to stay calm, stay focused, and know that you have no control over the USIS. You have no control over the immigration process. And if you want more information, so the best place to get this information is travel.state.gov. That is travel.state.gov. That is where you will get information. Any other place, my dear, people will be lying to you. You are starting this process. I made a video on the 9 steps of the USRN journey. Go ahead and watch it and tell me what you think about these steps. The link is right here. Continue living your life, continue doing you, continue being you, and know that you got this. Bye.